go here.
Yesterday I did Gucci, and today Fendi, so
it's hot.
Good morning, Charlie. It's Nikki Jensen
And Brie Piccone.
and we're Late to the Party, a weekly podcast about film, fashion, and pop culture from two best friends mentally getting McG'd up in 2000. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So today we are talking about the 2000 action comedy Charlie's Angels, starring Drew Barrymore, Cameron Diaz, and Lucy Liu, directed by McG.
The only version of Charlie's Angels that matters.
The only one. Which, have you seen the original, 70s TV show?
I can't say that I have, but I did find out a fun fact about it. You know how Farrah Fawcett is, we all think of her as one of the angels. You know she was only on that show for one season?
Oh, was she like the Suzanne Summers Three's Company?
Yes.
Of Charlie's Angels?
Exactly like that.
I like it.
Did you watch the original series?
Not at all. When I was a little kid, it was the golden age of Nick at Night and TV Land. So I definitely watched a lot of TNA, 1970s comedy TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
Never saw Charlie's Angels. I mean, obviously I'm aware of who Farrah Fawcett is and
right
in Charlie's Angels, but no, never seen it.
Yeah, never seen it. Only 2000s Charlie's Angels, and that's that.
I feel like this movie raised me.
Same.
I feel like as a kid, I wore this movie out. And then when the pandemic hit, I feel like a lot of people broadened their horizons into film, or they got cultured in some way. But what I did was I watched a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race, and I watched Charlie's Angels and Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, on loop.
Back to back.
Yeah.
Well, I would say Charlie's Angels, at least the 2000s version, is very camp.
Oh my God.
It is so over the top. And the colors and just everything about it.
It's my favorite. I know people, it's a running joke that people talk about McG in not a positive light.
Why?
Well, just his directing style, his filmmaking style is a little over the top.
Oh.
And I totally get it. I did not like Terminator Salvation. I did not like This Means War. Probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Whoa.
But I love McG's directing style.
I agree. And didn't he hold on a second.
He directed All Star, that music video.
He did. I saw that. I'm like, what has he done? And that stuck out to me. This also was his directorial debut, which is really wild to me because apparently for usually when directors debut, they don't have this movie was a hit, right? And it did really well at the box office. And he was at least at the time, his debut was the biggest one they had seen, which is crazy.
Well, I also think music video to film director, it's so hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
Either you get the Mystery Men director who you get someone that it doesn't translate from music videos or commercials to the big screen, or you get a Sofia Coppola. Not that McG is any way, shape, or form like Sofia Coppola.
Yeah, definitely not.
Don't get it twisted. But you get that. Or you get Spike Jonze. Or McG.
Or McG. Yeah, I think it takes a certain level of creativity. He has a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I love it. I like his style.
I think right out the gate, this being his directorial debut, he definitely has he infused so much energy and fun into this that really it's memorable, and then he got a blank check to do whatever he wanted. Who cares what he did with that? He created Charlie's Angels and Charlie's Angels Full Throttle.
Yes. Wasn't it Drew Barrymore too that she chose him, right? Didn't she get to I mean, she was kind of involved in this, which I didn't realize.
Yeah,
at
Flower
the time.
Films.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Her and Jimmy Fallon's wife. Flower Films.
Yeah.
That's what I associate with this movie too. Like, this movie is very McG'd up, as they say a lot, getting G'd up in the bonus features.
I love that. Those bonus features are so fun. Like, seeing them training.
So good. The wire foo.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it is very much a Drew Barrymore like stamped film.
Yeah. You can tell there's some touches. I know that like a lot of people go on feminist rants about this film, and I don't know.
Really?
It's through the male gaze. I guess so. When I looked it up, like there was like a lot of complaints, which I kind of get, but I feel like, not to go on a feminist rant at the top, but I'm very confused by feminism these days, because it's like, or at the time, like I feel like a lot of women were embracing their sexuality, which I feel like was probably a good thing, but some things were still male-gazey, but they still kind of are today. I don't think a lot has really changed. I don't know if we really made a lot of progress, because I feel like a lot of, I feel like women are still not in this space to actually be, like, to own their sexuality and it be positive, really. Like, I feel like we all still have a lot of judgment, just overall.
Yeah, I think it's very complicated now. But even in 2000, like that's definitely the era of, I forget what wave of feminism, but it's in this point in time where like I've read and like watched a lot of videos about how we as a society were like, we are past like inequality. Like we're equal now. And that's where you get a lot of like feminism doesn't exist. Like that's kind of the space we're in. And like now we're kind of getting out of that. Now we're like reverting back to like Taylor Swift, like 2009, where everyone's like, I'm not a feminist.
Yeah.
Because it kind of has weird connotations again.
Meanings, I guess. Yeah.
But I guess my point is, I think I understand the school of feminism that's like, if you do anything sexual or towards the male gaze, it's just problematic, pretty much.
Yeah.
But you know what?
What?
Not everything has to be like a statement.
Yeah.
And I feel like, this movie is not like, at the time, I think because it's like 3 female leads who are making so much money, leading this franchise, kicking ass, like all that. Like I get why it would be put on them to like be the poster children for feminism at the time, or just like a statement because this movie was really successful.
Right.
But Charlie's Angels inherently is so male-gazey, like the 70s TV show from my understanding. So I do think it is fun that Drew Barrymore and McG and everyone involved, they're playing with that idea and making it modern. This is like people dressing up.
I also feel like a lot of things are tongue-in-cheek, like when they're doing it. Like they know that it's a little over the top, like a little hypersexual, but it honestly could be a lot worse.
They're leaning into it. Like when Drew Barrymore, when they're at the racetrack, one of my favorite scenes is when she's trying to seduce the driver and she just leans over and like licks the steering wheel because it is so over the top.
Yeah.
It is so much so. It's like you can't change that Charlie's Angels is like in that brand of 70s, it's like, I think they actually do call it like TNA, where it's like Three's Company or whatever. It's like these hot blondes and like Farrah Fawcett, and I don't know. I think Charlie's Angels 2000 is forward thinking in a lot of ways because it's something that we're even today trying to play with.
Yeah.
Like playing with giving a nod to something from the past that was very kind of misogynistic or like super male gazy.
Right.
And it is like hypersexual. It's just fun. And like females like to play dress up. Like people get to have John Wick.
Right.
Or James Bond. We can have Cameron Diaz and Drew Barrymore and Lucy Liu. I'll take it.
I'll take it too.
Sorry for that whole rant. I'm just trying to get my thoughts together.
I don't know. I just feel like this movie, I feel like it's good. I don't know. It's like, it can be problematic at times, but it could, the 2000s were a totally different time. I don't know.
I don't think it's problematic. I stand by it. I think this movie's a fun romp, and it's not meant to be taken seriously.
Yes.
We need to, as females, have our fun junk food guilty pleasures just as much as anyone else. This is our fantasy.
It is a fantasy in a way, because you have it all in this film. Like...
And they don't end up with men.
No, they don't.
I mean, except Charlie. Yeah. Their daddy, Charlie. Their sugar daddy, Charlie.
Which I think it's really cool that they had the original Charlie.
John Forsythe.
The voice of Charlie. Yeah. And we never really see him, though, which is fun.
In the ending, the back.
Oh, yeah, we see the back of Charlie.
Which is totally not John Forsythe. He would have been way too old.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
I did some research, and he died in 2010 at 92. He was born in 1918. So that's definitely not him.
1918.
He was born, yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, even by 2000 standard, that young man is not him. But yeah, so I was obsessed with this movie as a kid, and even now.
Same.
Yeah. What is your relationship with this film?
I saw this movie. I don't know if I saw it in theaters or not, but I definitely saw it. And I just remember being obsessed with this idea of three girls kicking butt, and also independent women.
Oh my God, yes.
Child, that being the core theme song, basically. I feel like that just shaped me as a person, Question. That whole music video too,
so good.
I miss when movies had a theme song to it, and the music video was part of the movie. You know what I mean? Bring that back.
The independent women music video. Have you seen the meme going around of the VR sets for Apple? Yeah, and they have the window. They are actually doing that with Charlie's Angels, Destiny's Child.
That's what they had. Yeah,
ahead of their time,
right?
We gotta make that meme, Brie.
We should.
But no, okay. Am I crazy for thinking that independent women in the year 2000, 2001, every time I turned on the TV, that music video was on?
No, I feel like it was everywhere. I don't know if it fully went away.
That song's a bop.
Yeah, I think we can all agree. It's
like
an anthem.
I love the references to the characters too, or to the actresses.
Oh, in the beginning when she's Lucy Liu, my girl Drew,
Cameron Diaz, and Destiny.
Yeah, I like that. It would have, would have been really cool if Destiny's Child made an appearance in the movie. They teamed up or something. I don't know, or maybe for the sequel. God. How cool would that be?
Oh my God. Yes. Oh, but wait. Am I remembering this correctly? That in Full Throttle, the song of that movie was a Pink song. And Pink is in the motocross scene? Okay, I am correct. She is in the motocross scene, and she has a song on the soundtrack called Feel Good Time featuring William Orbit.
Huh.
But we're not talking about Full Throttle.
No, we are going to. We decided, we were wait, we need to talk about Charlie's Angels before we talk about Full Throttle. But we will.
We totally will, because it does turn 20 this year, Full Throttle.
Yes.
It was also a movie that, I was way too young to, want to see as badly as I did. But I begged people that I wanted to see that movie, opening day so bad.
Yeah. Is Full Throttle your favorite, or the original you think is better?
The original's better, but hot take, I like Bernie Mac as Bosley better.
He's really cool as Bosley. Yeah, as much as I like Bill Murray, I feel like he doesn't really do much in this film. He's there, but his personality, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm also from behind the scenes, he just seems so annoyed to be there.
Speaking of a feel-good time, you know who did not have a feel-good time making this movie? Bill Murray.
Yeah, you could tell. He's just
the worst. But on the special features, he was like, you know, this movie's like just girls having fun. And he was like, yeah, the Cyndi Lauper.
That Cyndi Lauper thing. I get it. Like, he was like really, he's not doing himself any favors in that.
You can totally tell, though, from the special features how everyone, you know, like I know that the Angels, you know, Cameron, Lucy Liu, and like Drew Barrymore, they all got along so well filming.
Yes.
And they all seem to really vibe with McG and his enthusiasm. And so, like, you hear all these people talk and, like, how tight-knit and how much fun they had. Mm-hmm. And then you cut to Bill Murray. And it's, like, clearly he, like, hates them all and hates that they're all having fun.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It is. Maybe it's because he can't have fun. Maybe he's, like, who was it that was, like, I wanted to do... Was it, Sam Rockwell, who was like, yes. I wanted to learn those moves. Maybe he's just jealous that he's not doing wire fu. I don't know.
I would be. I'm still jealous.
I'm jealous.
But yeah. Oh my God. There's so much I want to talk about.
I know. There's so much to talk about.
Oh my God. Let's start from the top then.
Okay.
One of the best opening scenes in a movie ever.
Yes.
We have it all. We have a weird-looking dude with a bomb. Mm-hmm. We have an airplane. We have LL Cool J in a dashiki in African garb.
Yes. What more can you want?
That's the trifecta, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, turns out, the reveal is LL Cool J isn't LL Cool J when he takes off his head, like his, like, mask. What is it called?
So wild. You know, I feel like between this movie and Master of Disguise, like,
yes,
as a kid, this had me believing that people, like, could just easily transform into other people. Like, you could just put on a mask and it just, I don't know, you become another person.
There's always that, like, Bill Nye prosthetics.
Yeah, there's like
or
prosthetics.
Ben Nye, not Bill
real?
Nye.
No,
it's Ben Nye.
Bill Nye. I'm like, maybe science is involved. He probably is measuring, I don't know, facial structures. I don't know.
Just picture Bill Nye just in the makeup department, and everyone's like, Bill, as he's putting like spirit gum on someone's face.
Yeah, that's how I picture it
for sure. But yes.
I mean, I feel like, in my mind, like, that's part of what it is to be a spy. You have to fully transform. There's nothing in between. It's a wild thought.
Well, like, true. And, like, even on a smaller scale, like, 2000, especially, this movie comes out, but also Big Mama's House.
Yeah.
Also prosthetics.
There's a lot of prosthetics, like, gender swapping, like, a lot of things just, I don't know.
But this one still, I think, is GOAT because LL Cool J transforms into Drew Barrymore.
It really takes you by surprise. That's for sure.
And so they, like, cut, like, LL Cool J / Drew Barrymore tackles the guy with the bomb out of the plane.
Yep.
And Drew Barrymore falls into a boat where there's Cameron Diaz as Natalie, looking the most 2000s with her tinted sunglasses.
I love those sunglasses. I want them so bad.
But also the hottest. Is this the hottest Cameron Diaz has ever looked?
I think yes.
This is like peak Diaz.
Yeah, and she just seems like so electric in this movie. You know, like her enthusiasm. I think she brings that to a lot of her characters, but I feel like it really, like, she can let loose maybe in this film. Maybe because of McG just being like, yeah, keep going. That's the best scene. Like, just go for it.
This really does, like, can we talk about Cameron Diaz for a second?
Of course.
I think, you know, she started out as a model and then The Mask.
Right.
And, you know, she did There's Something About Mary, you know, and then Charlie's Angels. I mean, she's having, like, a moment in the 90s, 2000s that doesn't really stop until she retires. Or until she's Miss Hannigan in that remake of Annie. I feel like that's when things got...
Yeah.
But even in My Best Friend's Wedding, there's, like, elements of her in all these that, like, whenever she's on screen, you can't help but, like, divert all your attention to her. and just being like in awe of like her personality and her presence.
We're all Luke Wilson. We're like, isn't she the best up there dancing?
Oh, the robot.
Look at that. Oh my God.
We are all Luke Wilson. But especially in this film, I think it takes everything from like the innocence of her in My Best Friend's Wedding to like this certain like sexiness in The Mask mixed with like the comedy, and There's Something About Mary. Like everything is just like, her as Natalie Cook in this movie is just chef's kiss. It's like perfect.
I agree. I love that scene where she's like dancing around in Spider-Man underwear.
Seminal. Not to be gross because she's talking about putting things in her slot.
Yeah, not that part. That part can go, but
no, I love that part. Iconic. I disagree, Brie.
I think she does. Well, it's funny because I think the joke is she doesn't realize what she's saying. She's just like being, you're right, like this innocence of being like, she's talking about the male. Like, come on, guys. But, you know, of course they have to get innuendos in there because that's the joke.
Yeah.
But
and also it's like the seven. Like we talked about
we get it. We get it what they're doing.
They're self-aware.
Yeah.
But oh my God, Cameron Diaz dancing around in the Spider-Man underwear. That's how I thought being an adult was going to be. I still think that.
Yeah.
One day.
So you're saying you don't dance around like that in your room? You're not waking up like what was she listening to in the morning, or is it just music playing in her head? Like she woke up in like the best mood. Like,
oh yeah,
I wish I could wake up like that.
I've woken up like that. It's just few and far between.
Yeah.
I think we were just talking about this before because like I busted out all my DVDs and I was like, does this show that like I'm a young millennial or something? Like, am I blowing my cover that I'm a little older? And I feel like we missed the boat on fun times.
Yeah.
Because yes, this movie came out when we were like 5, 6. So like we had these aspirations to be dancing around in our Spider-Man underwear, but somewhere trickled down in our like informative years, Lana Del Rey and like sad Tumblr girl culture came into the picture.
Yeah, it ruined it because that, you know, Tumblr was not a fun time. That was a dark time.
And it hit us in high school when we
were like the dark, like most depressed, sad girl, awkward face.
Just like you want to be emo, like, and then Marina and the Diamonds with Electra Heart really just
the nail in the coffin, I guess.
I feel like that. I feel like we need
There's no coming back. No, there is.
No, I feel like Brie. I feel like we've been sad girls for too long.
Way too long.
I don't even feel like Lana Del Rey wants that for us now.
She doesn't. Have you seen her lately? She's glowing. I mean, she does still do some sad music, but she seems happy about it. So
she does. She's also in her self-aware era. Like, have you listened to A&W? Mm-hmm. And also, that song slaps. But there's also that breakdown.
Yes.
In the middle of the song. She's self-aware. She's in her Charlie's Angels 2000 era, and I think we should too.
We should all be, yeah.
Oh my God. This is the time. Get some Spider-Man underwear. Dance around. Answer the door in your underwear to the mailman.
Oh my gosh.
This is it.
Yeah.
Oh, but so
go full throttle.
Full throttle. Also, that's like triggering.
What?
Full throttle.
Oh no. Yeah. You mean that accident we were in where the guy went full throttle?
Oh yeah. Brie and I got into a car accident a couple years ago and we were like hit from behind at a stoplight, and the boy that was driving the car looked at the cop and goes, yeah, I went full throttle. Big Charlie's Angels fan, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I think that's what he really meant. He was like, no. What I'm saying is I just watched Charlie's Angels last night. I
was very inspired.
I was inspired. I couldn't help it.
I'm in my era. But no, okay, the first 30 minutes of this movie, just so good. It just like sets everything up.
I agree. I also think it's funny that Tom Green is in this movie.
It's Chad.
Yes. I totally forgot about that.
And just about Tom Green.
Yeah, about Tom Green, about Chad. Like, he just he seems like Tom Green's such an interesting person to me, or like the characters he plays all seem kind of the same, and he has a really, like, he has like his own brand of humor, I guess, and it's kind of odd, but he somehow works. And then I didn't know this, but Drew Barrymore met him on set and then they got married.
Mm-hmm. I get it. I totally get Tom Green. I don't know why. Like, okay, I'm not like a fan of his stuff from back in the day, and I don't really like Freddy Got Fingered.
Yeah.
But I love the Chad. I think that's what it is. I'm like with Drew Barrymore. I love the Chad.
You're like, the Chad was great.
The Chad was great.
It's like, I think it's so funny though at the top when she's like, maybe it was the Chad. Like, he's like, was it something I did basically? And
it's the Chad.
And he's like, no. And he like jumps, he like just jumps into the water. He's like,
so good.
I don't know. He's hilarious.
Have you seen Drew Barrymore's talk show, her reuniting with Tom Green?
No.
It's my favorite, just seeing them reunite.
Oh, that's so cool. How long were they even together? Like
a year or less?
Yeah.
I mean, Drew Barrymore in the 2000s. So she marries Tom Green. She dates Justin Long and Fab.
Oh.
From The Strokes.
Wow.
Just like really right up my really niche alley.
You go, girl.
No, but Drew Barrymore, we have to do an episode someday on her, just in general.
Yeah, she fascinates me because, like, I didn't realize the whole Flower Films of it all. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know she was behind Flower Films.
Oh, really?
Mm-mm. That was, like, a recent discovery. It makes so much sense, though.
Yeah. Which it kind of starts with It Never Been Kissed. Which is so funny to think, like, right around this era of Drew Barrymore, we were like, yeah, she's made a comeback. This is the Drew Barrymore Renaissance. But it's funny because now she's in a whole different phase in her career and we're all like, this is the Drew Renaissance.
I know.
So
I think you can have multiple Renaissances. Yeah.
Like, I always love someone that can reinvent themselves. And
same.
She's always seems to me as a person that's trying to, like, just be her authentic self.
Yeah. I think we can appreciate that about her for sure.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, then we're introduced right at the top to the girls. So we're introduced first to Natalie Cook, played by Cameron Diaz.
Yes.
Who is on Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Brace face, driving all crazy.
She's kind of giving, like, maybe Goody Two-Shoes vibes a little to me.
Little bit. With the headset, she's definitely giving the girl in Finding Nemo.
Oh, you mean the one with, like, the list?
Yes.
Yeah.
But also hot because she's Cameron Diaz.
True.
And then Dylan Sanders, played by Drew Barrymore, who's, like, the rocker.
Kind of a troublemaker.
Yeah, like the rebel of the group. Like the rock and roll.
I remember Lucy Liu. This one kind of gets me. She's equestrian, I guess, which is cool. And an astronaut.
She's Barbie.
She is Barbie, yeah.
Lucy Liu is Barbie.
Oh, man. Lucy Liu is Barbie. That would be really cool, actually.
She is my Barbie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think this movie, because, like, I was way too young to, like, be watching Ally McBeal. Like, that's, like, it was, like, a mom show back in the day. Or, like, you know what I mean? I was like, this is over my head.
Yeah.
Now I want to revisit it because it sounds like it's dope and about 20, like, 7-year-olds, which I'm like, wow, she has a dancing baby.
I want to see this dancing baby, right? It's all in her mind.
And I'm like, what? Like, dancing baby to Hooked on a Feeling?
Yeah.
And Lucy Liu is in this? I gotta see this. But at the time, I did not. So this was my intro to Lucy Liu.
I think mine too. Yeah. Yeah, because we were too young to really, I think I knew of her.
This movie is like we were talking about, like, dress up.
Yeah.
This is like Barbie. And I feel like Lucy Liu's character gets to, like, be the most Barbie because she has, like, 10,000 careers.
She does. But I love her outfits too. Like,
ooh, the leather. When she's, like, the teacher.
Yes. It's like giving dominatrix. It's kind of scary. It's really cool though. Like,
I love it.
Something about all leather outfit.
This movie, I wrote a note to myself, like a psychotic note in my phone that said, I need to buy leather pants. Full stop.
You don't have leather pants?
I don't.
I'm surprised.
Do you have leather pants?
No. I think I almost bought leather pants once, and then I thought this might be a mistake because I think they're really like I feel like the aesthetic of it is really cool, but then when you put them on and you try to move, it's very restrictive. They'd have to be a very specific. I don't know.
Are you worried that you'll go like full Ross from Friends?
Yes, I'm worried I won't be able to take them off, and then I'll have to get the baby powder. I'll be stuck in my pants.
I love that though. Who doesn't want to like live their Coyote Ugly fantasies or Charlie's Angels fantasy and then turn full Ross?
True. I do have like a jumpsuit fantasy, like kind of like in like the scene, you know, where they're like at the racetrack, like Drew Barrymore's outfit, where it's got like the zipper and it's like I think that's leather too, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like in the 2000s there was like a leather revival.
For sure, like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
All leather, all day. The top, leather. Pants, leather. Shoes, leather.
Yeah, head to toe.
Yes. I love that scene, like fashion-wise, too. Well, for when Drew Barrymore licks the car.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. But they're all dressed like Evel Knievel style jumpsuits almost.
Yes.
But I just love the play on the motifs because it is very like throwback to the 70s of it all. But of course, it's still modern because there's like flared.
Yeah. I love the flare. Yeah. The flare bottoms.
Yeah. Also, did you notice there were so many like 70s references?
Yes.
Especially with the soundtrack.
Yes. Oh,
it was like references to angels.
Yes, all the references, like every Angel song that they could find, they put on this soundtrack.
They played that one Aerosmith song at least 2 times.
Yeah.
Whoever was this, like the music supervisor was like, "Oh, we don't have anything. I'll play Angel Eyes.
Just play it again." Yeah.
But yeah, it's references to angels, but also 70s music.
I noticed that too. There's like, I think there's like a Marvin Gaye song. There's, what else is there?
You Make Me Feel Like Dancing.
Oh yeah. You make me feel like dancing. And then there's Brandy, You're a Fine Girl. Yeah. Which I wonder if that's why that song has stuck with me for so long. I'm like, is it because I was exposed to it and when I watched Charlie's Angels and it just stuck with me?
Maybe. I mean, because I know Angel of the Morning, or In the Morning, that song.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe because I am also in love with the Chad, but every time I hear that song, I'm like, yeah, the Chad song.
He's singing to you as you're waking up. You just hear his voice.
He's like, hey, Muffin, or what does he say to her?
Starfish.
Hey, Starfish. Oh my God, I love Tom.
Making you like in love with him.
I'm in love with Tom Green, and oh no, okay. We're all over the place, but this plot, it has no plot.
The plot's not really that important.
No.
It's more, okay. Like it's mostly about the action, and there is an objective and they get to it, but that's not where we spend like most of the time is just the girls having fun.
Yes.
There's a few side stories of like love stories going on, you know, here and there, just which are fun.
And we are going to talk about them.
Yeah, for sure.
We're not going to focus on the plot. Let's just hit the scenes and the peeps that we want to talk about. Yeah. This is our show.
This is our show.
But first, can I give the plot?
Yeah. But first.
Yeah, so you know the plot, but just know that we're going to fangirl about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's on that. So 3 women detectives with a mysterious boss retrieve stolen voice ID software using martial arts, tech skills, and sex appeal. That's what Letterboxd said.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust Google plots anymore.
Don't trust Google to describe the plots of a movie. It's going to get it way wrong.
But yeah, for sure. And okay, you know the drill. We have the 70s TV show.
Oh, yeah. The 70s of it all. That's right.
Yeah. Oh, and we have the 2 Drew Barrymore films.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 2011 TV show. And the 2019 film starring Kristen Stewart, directed by Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah.
We know the drill. Charlie Townsend gives them a mission via a speaker. They say, okay, Charlie. And then they fulfill the mission.
Yeah. I love to, like, just the 70s references, like you were saying. Like, in well, the fact that the intercom looks like literally from the 70s, like the decor of some of like the rooms, or like that one house that's like
The Charlie's house?
yeah, I don't know. I just think they were smart with their nods.
For sure. Even the way like Bill Murray dresses. It's
Yeah.
very 70s.
Or like the transitions too, where they split the screen. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh my god. This is sequential. So maybe not the plot, but this is sequential. The montage scene when we're introduced to the girls is so like the TV show in 70s, and they're like jumping in the air and it's like split.
one of my favorite scenes is the scene where they just jump into the air.
Yes.
And then their bodies become outlines and there's flames behind them. And then it kind of flips around and it becomes the Charlie's Angels logo.
That's fire. Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
I also love in that montage scene, they do reference like the jail scene from the original Charlie's Angels. But there's also like just seeing Cameron Diaz dressed like Harry Potter. Cracks me the fuck up.
Okay, yeah, I was like, wait, is this a reference to Harry Potter? Because she's at the, like, stealing the book, and
she is Harry Potter.
She literally is, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I had to do a double take because I never noticed that before.
Which, this is like, I was doing research on the year 2000, and Sorcerer's Stone came out in 2001, but this was like peak book mania of Harry Potter with the anticipation for the film.
Yeah.
So it was so much in the zeitgeist already.
It's very similar in that scene, though. If you did this side by side, I bet it's like literally the same.
They
So,
just,
they probably got the idea. They saw Charlie's Angels, they're like, wait,
was it Chris Columbus was
Chris
like,
Columbus.
had that so Raven style vision. He was just like filming in England, and he was like, pip pip cheerio, guys, I got a scene.
Yeah.
What else? Speaking of the most 2000 thing, so Cameron Diaz is dancing in her underwear. That's how we're introduced to her. Dylan's with Chad, Chad. Alex, Lucy Liu's character, is on a film set with Joey from Friends.
Yes.
Matt LeBlanc.
He's literally Joey in this film, too. He's like an actor. He's getting like probably working on a B movie.
Oh my God.
Rehearsing to death. Like, it's so funny.
Oh my God, it was so, like, I was listening to a podcast about Charlie's Angels recently, and for one, they didn't like the film. I got 30 minutes in, and they were like, yeah, we don't like this film. It's so bad.
What?
And then they got into this scene, and they called Matt LeBlanc, and I turned it right off. I was like, I can't.
That's harsh. I love Matt LeBlanc. He's so charming and cute, and I don't know. But in this movie, is it weird that, like, I think because Joey is such a lovable character, there's something in this movie that gives me sinister energy. You know how like they in certain movies where they flip things on you, I don't know, maybe it's because I watched Tomb Raider recently. Yeah, or like the whole idea of double agents. He gives me the vibe that he could be someone undercover.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? But maybe he's just acting. I guess he's a sincere guy, but like in my mind when I watch this again, I'm like, is he on the other team? But it ends up being that other guy. But
he just gives fuckboy energy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm like. I think because he's also like disappointed when he finds out she's not a bikini waxer.
Yeah, I know. That was kind of funny.
It was.
He's like, oh man, that was hot. Yeah. I don't think she ever tells him about her secret identity either. I love how he doesn't really question the whole Charlie thing though. He kind of is like, okay, whatever. Like he does a little, but he doesn't like really press. He's like, okay, go do your thing.
He's totally like whatever the girlfriend role in like a male action film would be.
Yeah.
He's just like there to support, there to be like, should I be worried? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just here to look good. Whatever you say, Alex.
Basically.
Yeah. But she literally and figuratively has the whip, so that's on that. But yeah, their assignment is to find and protect Eric Knox.
Yes.
Who starts off as like Mr. 2000 tech bro. Mr. New Balance, as I referred to him in my notes.
Mr. New Balance.
I found you, Mr. New Balance. But yeah. This was my introduction to Sam Rockwell.
Same. Yeah, because he had done things before this, and he's done things since.
Oh, he's done things since.
Did this put him on the map? No, I'm just kidding.
Did it?
I don't know. In my mind it did, but
okay. Ever since I saw Sam Rockwell in this movie, like my introduction to Sam Rockwell, the moment where it's the reveal, spoiler alert, that he's the villain.
Yeah.
Like, can we talk about that scene?
Okay, yeah, let's talk about it.
Of the reveal, because like Dylan and Eric Knox have kind of this flirtation ship throughout, and he invites her back to his place, and they're he's still playing along with this like bumbling Mr. New Balance energy.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm so dumb and smart at the same time.
I'm such a nerd. I don't know how to talk to ladies. And then all of a sudden, he just like takes out the gun and like shoots the window, and Drew Barrymore like falls out of the window.
Yeah.
And the moment he turns into the villain, that's the moment I knew I was going to like love Sam Rockwell for the rest of my life.
I really love that scene too, like where they have him like lighting up the cigar, and he's got like those like, they're kind of, I don't know if they're purple or red, whatever those shades he's wearing. And then there's that like music playing in the background. It's like do 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 do. It's just like, it sets this tone, and he kind of does this like spin. It does feel kind of like a music video, but it like gives him this power. You kind of love to hate him, I guess, as the villain, because he plays it so well.
Oh,
you can tell he's
God.
having fun.
So much fun. Also, Tom Hiddleston, who this is my favorite white boy who can dance.
Wait, Tom Hiddleston can dance?
I remember a few like back in like 2014. Everyone was like very into Tom Hiddleston until Taylor Swift ruined him.
Oh yeah,
and or he ruined himself. I don't know. That's a discussion for another date.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you can't go back from wearing a tank top that says I love TS. Anyways. But everyone was like, oh my God, he can dance. He's so hot. Because he was like on TV shows and like Graham Norton or whatever, like doing the Sam Rockwell dance.
Oh.
But to me, like Sam Rockwell is the only one who can do the Sam Rockwell dance.
Yeah.
Just so hot. Sam Rockwell's my favorite actor anyways. Like, I love Moon. I love Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. I love, I don't know, everything he's in. Even as George W. in Vice. I love Sam Rockwell.
That is so wild. I didn't realize, like, that was him. I haven't seen Vice, but I don't know.
No comment. I mean... This is a podcast where I share opinions. Vice was all right. I enjoyed it at the time.
Right, yeah.
Adam McKay is so hit or miss for me. So, but I love Sam Rockwell. Every performance, he just gives 110%. So hot. I love that man.
I love Luke Wilson. I'm realizing, like, the more movies I see, I'm like, wait, he's really underappreciated. I think he was better than Owen Wilson.
He's like the ultimate 2000s boyfriend, like the best boyfriend ever.
Yeah, but I feel like I haven't seen him in a lot of things since the 2000s, and I wonder why. Like, whatever happened to him? Is he still out there acting? Like, why wasn't he bigger? Why was Owen Wilson such a hit? Is it the blonde hair? Is it the bangs?
The nose?
Is it the funky broken nose?
Wow.
But Luke Wilson has a nose too. I don't know. I'm very attracted to Luke Wilson.
I love Luke Wilson. I mean, like, between, like, this, Emmett, and Legally Blonde.
Yeah.
I even love him in Idiocracy.
Yes.
He's just so likable. He's kind of like the female Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore. Like, you know how there's, like, it girls?
Yeah.
Of the 2000s. He's the it boy.
He's the it boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just had to mention him. I feel like he doesn't get his flowers.
Justice for Luke Wilson.
Yes.
Where is he now? That's a good question.
Yeah. Does anyone know?
Yeah. I mean, I know he's around.
Yeah, he exists. He's alive. Anyway, one of my favorite scenes is when they have to go to the Red Star, like, security area, and, like, basically it's a super elaborate security system, and Drew Barrymore and Cameron Diaz, they have to dress as these, like, I don't know if they're engineers or they're just like these guys at this tech firm, I guess, right?
Yes.
And then Lucy Liu is like she's supposed to be, what do they call her? Like the efficiency expert or something. So she comes in there and then like they come in formation. Like it's just the funniest thing to me. Like that whole sequence.
I love a sequence with a cameo from Melissa McCarthy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like pre Gilmore Girls.
Right.
I love that scene. I love that they're dressed up as... I love any time when Cameron Diaz and Drew Barrymore dress up like men in this movie, which is kind of a few.
Yeah.
As someone that's dabbled in drag king-ishness, what are your thoughts?
I think they did a great job. They pulled it off, you know? I don't know. I think it's hilarious, too, because they're just like... It's really about Lucy Liu in that moment. She's calling all of the shots, and she's got her, like, baton or whatever. She's like, I don't know. I love that. I love her power. And she's like, especially when she's having, like, a conference with everyone, and then she, like, I think she slapped Drew Barrymore with it on the face. It's like, whoa.
Like, just really getting into character.
Yeah. But it seems fun. I don't know. Like, I think it was probably fun for them, too, to just drag themselves up.
I love it. My favorite scene one of them. I have two favorite scenes. First favorite scene is when they are getting intel about Corwin, played by Tim Curry.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, first they dress up as, like, geishas, then they do the racetrack and, like, get a burger.
Mm-hmm.
This movie's very expensive. They'll take their time with, like, just a fun, like, we're gonna dress up and make a sexual innuendo scene.
I love the scene, though, where they go through the drive-thru and, like, Dylan is like, I'm gonna get, like, 3 cheeseburgers and 3 orders of fries. What do you guys want? I'm like, yes, me.
But yeah, my favorite scene is when the angels infiltrate Corwin's party. And this is when we meet Luke Wilson.
Yes.
We also meet the Thin Man.
Oh, yeah.
Which, talk about my trifecta of hot men.
Yeah.
That I love, like, oddly hot.
You love him?
I love Crispin Glover as the Thin Man because he is a freak.
He is.
He's so wild, and I love his acting choices so much. Like, I ride so hard for the Thin Man.
He's looking like sexy Squidward, too, with that. He's like,
100%.
Those cheekbones and the lips.
I love, and
the lack of eyebrows.
Yes. But I love that this was, like, his acting choice, that he wasn't going to speak, but, like, he has her hair, and he'll just, like, touch his face with it. Ugh. Or the one time when he, like, touches the face and, like, realizes who the hair belongs to, and he just screams.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that shriek he makes is iconic. Like, this movie's acting choices, that's iconic behavior.
Yeah.
The Thin Man.
Yeah, I feel like the acting is top tier in this movie.
Just the little choices they get to make. Like, thank you, McG.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't want to see, you know, Marty McFly's dad?
Yeah, I forgot. I'm like, where have I seen this guy? Oh, yeah. Marty McFly's dad.
But yeah, we get Luke Wilson, the Thin Man, and then we get my favorite, the alley fight.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Can we talk about Wire Fu?
Yes, please.
So this is like a year after The Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
So this is before Wire Fu and like this whole style. Well, this is the same year as Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. So this is like when this is like Wire Fu's moment.
Yeah.
And I saw Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon last night.
How was that?
You know what? I really think Amazon did me dirty.
What do you mean?
Okay, because I was like, I wanted to see this movie. How if I went to see this movie in 2000, 2001, if I went to the movie theater in America, how would I see this? And there was this quote by Ang Lee that said that he wanted it dubbed just because there's things he thought that you could miss by just reading the subtitles. Like, he just was a big proponent of the dubbed.
Okay.
I had to read subtitles, and I understand because it does pull you out of the world a little bit, and I'm like a big fan of subtitles and like, yeah, you know, whatever. I don't have a problem with them. But I feel like for this specific movie, I really did wish it was dubbed.
Mm.
But yeah, those wire foo scenes were so good.
Yeah.
But in Charlie's Angels, they are as well.
I was going to say, how does it compare to Charlie's Angels? Well, because the choreographer, is it
Shen Yen?
He did The Matrix, too. He did the choreography for The Matrix, which makes so much sense, because when I was watching this movie, especially in the alleyway, I'm like, wait a minute. This feels like The Matrix. Like, everything they're doing right now, and the music that they play during that scene is like...
It's so good.
I love it. I love when I think it's Dylan, right? Like runs up the side of the Thin Man.
Yes.
And does the backwards flip. And then, I mean, they all have really cool moves. Or like when the girls like do that thing where they grab each other's arms and like throw Lucy Liu up in the air.
Yes.
I don't know. It's just
all
everything.
I have to say. Sorry.
Everything. The high jumps. Like when, like, I don't know who, someone jumps over the fence. Just.
Yes.
All willy-nilly. Defying gravity.
I love any time they're defying gravity, to be honest.
Same.
Even in Crouching Tiger, which I know is like blasphemous. Like I wasn't like blown away. I think it's because
it's not real like martial arts, basically.
But it is. I don't know. I think this is like such a cool art form. I think wire foo still slaps.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it is a movie. It's a fantasy. Like,
oh, when they spin around, when they like are in the air, and then they're like,
yes, they're like sideways. Yeah, sideways spinning, which is like impossible, but so cool.
So good. I love how I'm like Crouching Tiger, Charlie's Angels.
Like they're on the same.
They're equals. But that's why we're here to talk about Charlie's Angels, I guess.
Yeah,
really get into that niche,
right?
Anything else?
I know. I'm trying to think what else, because like this movie is just a lot of fighting, a lot of girls being girls.
Girls just want to have fun.
Girls just want to. I know
that Bill Murray like diss, but it was kind of.
I know he said a lot of positive things, but with a negative inflection, like behind the scenes. But that's Bill Murray for you. We still love him.
We do, I suppose.
Right?
Did you hear that like Bill Murray might be dating Khalees?
What? Really?
Yeah.
That's really wild. Are they having like a lost in translation moment? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's like, I'm lost in life. And he's like, me too.
True.
I hate these, like, I'm doing these commercials and getting you know what I mean? Maybe they're like, I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe she's like, I know, I'm like a chef now. I have my own farm, but everyone just wants me to sing Milkshake. And I'm tired of it.
He's like, yeah, me too. I'm tired of acting. I don't know. That's so interesting.
So wild. Oh, speaking of favorite scenes.
Yeah.
One of my favorites, when Cameron Diaz is like, she's doing the, like at Soul Train.
Oh, yes. I forgot we haven't talked about that yet.
Her dance sequence, it's my favorite. She shakes her little white girl butt to Baby Got Back. And I think at that moment we are all Luke Wilson. We're just hyping her up.
It is so funny to watch, because at first everyone's like, what is she doing up there? Because she does the like strangest moves, like the way she shakes, and then she does this thing with her arms, and then she jumps down and starts doing like the robot and all these other the Running Man.
Yes.
And Luke Wilson the whole time, he's like, hey guys, isn't she great? He's like, that's my girl. And like there's like no response.
It's like silence, like crickets.
But then everyone's like, oh, she's having so much fun, you know, go ahead. Like just
like,
let's all dance. I don't know.
She's so infectious. I love Cameron Diaz.
And Luke Wilson is all in. Like is it Pete?
Pete.
I think his name's Pete.
Yes.
That's where he falls in love. We see it happen.
And we also fall in love with Cameron Diaz.
Yeah. It is kind of like in My Best Friend's Wedding, where she does that karaoke scene really badly, you know? And
I just don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah. Just fall in love with her even more.
Think so. Oh, can we talk about fashion?
Yes.
Fashion. So Joseph Alzizi was the costume designer. And I'm gonna pull a quote. So, okay. His screen credits are Bowfinger and Stepmom. And then he had 3 weeks to complete Charlie's Angels.
Oh, wow.
So, but you know what?
He pulled it together.
He truly did. And also, Julia Roberts and Stepmom, cute hats. So
Period.
but yeah, so I guess he had 3 weeks to design 3,000 outfits for the entire Angels cast.
3,000?
3,000
He had to do all of that?
Mm-hmm. And including 50 outfits for each for Liu, Diaz, and Barrymore.
That is insane.
Yeah. Okay, so there's this LA Times article from November 2000 called Costuming Angels Was a Little Slice of Heaven for Designer. Anyways, so the costume designer said it was a designer's dream. We got to not only do high fashion and action clothes, but there were so many costumey fun elements too. We gave a definite nod to the 70s, 80s, and 1940s, but we wanted to make it accessible for the modern audience so that they felt like they were looking at a contemporary piece.
That's in the 40s?
Yeah, I
didn't
guess.
clock that.
I guess not Barrymore. Diaz in the dream sequence.
Oh, yeah, the
when
dress.
She's doing like the hustle.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. I could see that. I did like her outfit there. It's like a beaded dress. I don't know what that style is.
Yeah. I do love how, and I think this is a testament to McG, how like in the fantasy, everyone involved was like they were in the fantasy.
Yeah. And it really does feel like the Charlie's Angels are in their own little bubble, like their own kind of world. Just, I don't know. I love when they're on a boat. I don't know what it is. I love that one scene where it's just the 3 girls with their sunnies on, and they're all like kind of like ombre shades that are have the rhinestones,
which are having a moment now.
I noticed that. I'm like, oh man, I really wish I never got rid of I had a pair of shades just like that, but I mean they weren't really like a color, they were just shades, but they had a rhinestone.
Ooh, I had a blue pair with like a heart.
I remember those. Yeah.
Bring it back.
I think they're still they're making them now though. So we could always, I don't know if they really protect you from the sun, but they're cool.
Yeah. It's called fashion.
Fashion. Look it up.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess it was like a mix and match of things. So it was like costume department and then department store Target looks.
Oh.
So
that makes sense.
But yeah.
I really like Lucy Liu's red dress when they go to get intel on Corwin, like at that little event.
Yeah. Dress. I like that one. I like all of them.
Yeah.
Wait, my favorite, I think the ones that come to mind. Well, never mind.
It's
sorry.
No.
Yeah. It's an iconic scene. I feel like also 2000 was the year of the like German like beer maid get up with this and like Miss Congeniality.
Yeah, there was something going on in like culturally, I don't know, just
Busch Gardens chic.
Yeah, I was gonna say Busch Gardens chic.
Oh, you're like, you need to dress up, and then all of a sudden like a man with like a tuba starts playing.
Also, I think just like their outfits on the racetrack, like those are so iconic.
That's actually my favorite. I think my favorite outfits are like the Evel Knievel 1970s, like racer jumpsuits. And then Lucy Liu's leather getup.
Yes.
Also, you know what? Underappreciated fashion moment in this film is when Eric Knox, played by Sam Rockwell, does the like reveal that he's the villain, and he shoots Drew Barrymore off like the balcony, out of the window, and she like falls. Like that's like one of my favorite scenes as well.
I think I know where you're going with this. Yeah,
but she falls and like she like doesn't have any clothes because they just like hooked up.
Yeah, and
there's like 2 like 6-year-old or 8-year-old boys, and she like knocks on the window and is like, "Come on, help me out." And they give her this, like, is it Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yeah, I think so.
Like WWF, like graphic tee and like baggy pants. Like she looks like a 6-year-old boy in 2001.
It's so funny.
But it's so cute with like her like red messy waves.
That
low key.
No,
chic.
I loved that look. I feel like That's how I dress on like often. I'm just like when I'm chilling. I feel like we literally dress like that.
Why is that our fashion inspo?
Did that influence us? Maybe.
Definitely.
But I also think it's interesting because I was thinking about it in that scene because they do kind of like the camera kind of goes around her as she's like figuring out everything out and he's like becoming the villain right before her eyes. This weird mix of like straight and wavy hair. I remember this being like a trend, but it's so I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I like it.
Oh.
I mean, it's not bad. I think Drew Barrymore looks great and I love Drew Barrymore. So I think she can work it, but I'm like, I don't know. It kind of is like, for me, like crimping your hair, which could be a mood, but I'm like, you know, or like I don't know. I just feel like just commit. I don't know.
I love the idea of effortlessness though. I feel like this has kind of been lost on us.
Yeah.
It's like truly effortless. Like Drew Barrymore and Cameron Diaz and Lucy Liu. But especially like Drew and Cameron are so effortless.
Mm-hmm.
I like love it. I love that like idea that like Drew Barrymore is a wild child or like Dylan and you know, like she's into the look but maybe doesn't want to commit.
Okay. Like she started curling her hair. She's like, yeah,
whatever. Like this looks good. Like I think I look good.
Yeah. No, I love her. I love seeing her as like kind of like a rebellious gal.
I love it. It's like just the right amount. I also love her fight scene. It is a little bonkers though because she's doing the wire foo because Eric Knox traps her,
right,
and like ties her and like does this thing where he like duct tapes her mouth but also kisses it. It's hot.
Yeah,
I'm into it. I'm just into Sam Rockwell and the Thin Man. Judge me. But she does this thing where she's like lotus, Buddha, palm.
Oh yeah,
like all these sayings, and then she like kicks everyone's butt.
I love that too.
And she's like, and that's kicking your ass, and then she moonwalks away.
She moonwalks. I love that too, and I love how like before she kicks their butt, she's like, I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna kick your butt, and her hands are tied behind her back the whole time.
Yes.
So I don't know. It is a great scene. I love too just like the artwork for this movie, like the posters and stuff, like you're saying, like the pink and orange, the flames, the girl's wearing all black,
leather.
I
just like, I love the aesthetic of this movie. Not to be like that, but I just love the whole vibe. I just want to be an angel.
I want to be an angel. Yeah, where do we apply?
I know.
I don't have any like real skills, but I can learn.
Truly,
I could do like 8 hours of training.
That looked so fun though in the behind the scenes when they're like learning how to do all the like wire fu moves and like martial arts moves.
Yeah.
I'm ready. What would your expertise be?
My expertise?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I want to kick people. I want to develop a strong. I feel like you're good at kicking people though.
I am. I love to kick people. Thank you.
Maybe I could throw something though. I don't know. Like a weapon. You know what I think is interesting? Like when I was researching,
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, Drew Barrymore said she really didn't want to have guns on set, not just to prevent a situation Alec Baldwin style, but just I guess so that it would be like more physical action, which I think is great because like I think The Matrix, I feel like they use a lot of guns. They do use a lot of fighting as well, but I just like the idea of like seeing like women being like strong and like fighting like toe to toe.
I also think it's a very like feminine energy to do like physical combat versus like gunplay.
Yeah.
Just something about that is just a little more like feminine energy. Not like feminine, like girls. Make it pink. Not like that. But like just like, you know how there's like masculine energy and feminine energy?
Yeah.
I think that in a weird woo-woo way, it just taps into like more feminine energy.
Just that idea of fighting in general.
Just like the fighting, like physical fighting versus guns.
Yeah. Guns is like a manly thing. Or like just like a testosterone loaded.
Yeah. Just wanting the upper, you know, like, and I think that the idea that they wanted to put their whole self. I don't know if I can like articulate.
Okay, yeah, no, I feel like you're onto something. I love the scene where like there's like a bad guy in the bathroom trying, like when after Cameron Diaz does her like dance up on stage and she's feeling great.
Yeah.
And this guy has like nunchucks and tries to like choke her and take her out, and she is not having it.
I like any time that they're fighting, to be honest. I do remember that scene. It's just not like a standout scene for me, so I don't know if I can comment on it, but
maybe it stands out to me because like the bathroom, like I think it was supposed to be like the bathroom in The Shining, like the similar like aesthetic, like a nod. I know there's like a lot of nods to movies in this. I don't know all of them though.
So many references for sure. So many 70s references and 2000s tech. So many Palm Pilots.
Oh yeah, the Palm Pilots. I love that. The Nokia cell phones.
Yes. Which also now is like, that's such a modern thing then, but that is like such a period thing now.
I know. Though I've recently seen a phone that's like a real phone, but also a fidget spinner.
I saw that. That's fun.
Yeah. But it looks kind of like something from the 2000s.
I have seen like, if you go into like Sprint or T-Mobile, I have seen like flip phones and like phones like that. Just you can buy now.
I'm so tempted, to be honest. But then I'm like, I don't know if I could give up my iPhone because it does so much. I feel like I need to be available. Like I need to have my email available. I need to have, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. It's like, how do you go back once you have it all?
I'm an Apple girly. I can't go back. But yeah. So Rotten Tomatoes says this movie mixes tongue-in-cheek cheesecake with glossy action set pieces and slick and reasonably fun despite its lack of originality. Which, fair. A fair assessment.
Yeah.
Except I agree with Peter Travers from Rolling Stone, who calls it a guilty pleasure.
I think so. Yeah, it's not meant to be taken too seriously.
Yeah. Actually, he like praised the wire work in this movie.
I feel like it's really good. I don't know.
I think it's really good as well. I like the wire foo, and like I said before, and I'll say it again, I saw Crouching Tiger last night. I think that they are on par as far as their wire foo. But maybe I'm blind. I don't know. Yeah. Blinded by Charlie's Angels.
Maybe.
But yeah. Oh, did you know Thandie Newton was going to be cast as Alex?
I heard that, yeah. I mean, that would have been cool too. I like Thandie Newton.
I do too. I think it's crazier. I could see her as Alex for sure. Janet Jackson and Foxy Brown and Jada Pinkett Smith were also in the running. I can see Jada.
Yeah.
She did appear in a Matrix movie, but
yeah.
That would have been crazy to think of Foxy Brown in Charlie's Angels.
That would have been kind of cool though. But yeah, I don't know.
If you were to cast, I know we have the 2019 movie.
Yeah.
But if you were to cast your like 2023 Charlie's Angels reboot, who would you cast?
That's a tough one. My mind goes to Nicki Minaj though, because I think she might be really into the fighting. I mean, just listen to Chun-Li. She's ready to go like Kill Bill on people, you know? But I don't know. It's hard because I do like this cast and I feel like, because in my mind, like if we were to recreate it, my mind wouldn't go to like K-Stew.
No.
You know?
No.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to think about this. Because it's like you don't want to pick someone too old either, or too young. Well, I don't know.
I know it's really hard. I love how like when we do this, like I know I asked the question, but I'm always like thinking about someone from the Euphoria cast. But I feel like this will not do.
Yeah, I'm like I don't think Zendaya or
Sydney Sweeney's not gonna be on this list.
No.
Oh my God, Timothée Chalamet as like the Sam Rockwell.
Oh, I love how we're like we're not gonna.
But that's who I would want.
Yeah. He would play a good, like, cute boy that you could kind of fall in love with and trust and then be like, oh, no.
Yes. Okay, I have some thoughts. Hear me out. Okay. As Cameron Diaz's role?
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay. I could see that.
She's only 33, We always forget because we put her in old roles and she was very young.
Actually, yeah, I thought she was like 40 by now.
No.
No.
She's still very young. She was born in like 1990.
Wow.
And also, Jennifer Lawrence is so bubbly. I feel like she's like has this effervescence and like energy that's very similar to Cameron Diaz.
I would love to see more of that too, because you're right. We've seen her in a lot of these roles where she plays like older ladies, and I think that kind of damps her down. Maybe like we need to like it dulls her sparkle a little.
Yeah, because I know now she's doing like a rom-com finally, but I would love this era of Jennifer Lawrence because she is still very young to just come back and like actually have a youthful acting
Jennifer
career.
Lawrence Assance.
Yes, I would love that. Okay, for Alex, Zendaya.
Yeah.
Because she could kick butt and she is like prim and proper and like perfect.
Yeah. She really can't do anything wrong.
She's amazing.
I love her.
And I would love to see her train.
Yes.
And actually be glam. Because I think in like the Spider-Man movies and like in Euphoria, we get to see her stripped back. And like in Dune, so natural.
Yeah.
But I would love to see her like so like hyper feminine, just kicking butt.
That would be really cool. Yeah, we haven't seen her in a role like that too. Like where she gets to, I mean, she kicks butt with her attitude, but like if she could, like if we saw her doing wire fu or something.
I want to see Zendaya
that
do
would
wire
be so
fu.
cool. Yeah.
And then, okay, this one's a little younger.
Okay.
Sorry. So I don't know if it would work. But as the Dylan role, maybe it's the red hair, but Sadie Sink.
Oh.
Either Sadie Sink or Maya Hawke.
Yes. Okay. Maya Hawke is so interesting.
I think Maya Hawke could have this like, I think what they were trying to do with Kristen Stewart in the reboot, which is like the queer gal.
Yeah.
But also like the dry sense of humor.
Yes.
It also would be really cool to see Maya Hawke kick ass like her mom as the bride in Kill Bill.
Oh.
You know her mom's Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman. No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's why she looks just like Uma Thurman.
Now I do. I kept thinking she looks really familiar, but... Oh, Maya Hawke. Oh! She's in... Okay. Sorry. I thought you were talking about the girl with no eyebrows. I'm so sorry.
Who?
I was totally picturing someone else. I'm like, what? I knew Maya. Okay, yeah. Because she's also in Stranger Things, like Sadie Sink. I thought you were talking about... hold on. This isn't her, I don't think. But she looks like this. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mia Goth?
Yeah.
Oh, Mia Goth.
I'm like, wait a minute.
No,
Uma Thurman?
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. I was like, so when you were saying that, I was like thinking...
No, Maya Hawke looks exactly like Uma Thurman.
Maya Hawke, yes. I could see that.
Or maybe Sadie Sink. I don't know. I don't know if that's too young with the Zendaya J-Law.
I don't think so. Because, like, Zendaya plays, like, a teenage role in Spider-Man, right? Isn't she supposed to be, like, 18 or something around there? I don't know. Or high school.
And Jennifer Lawrence still looks very young.
Yeah, she does.
It's just, like, I think we associate her with that, like, David O. Russell era of movies. It's not fair.
It really isn't. Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence. Not telling her what to do. Your
unsolicited advice?
Yeah, unsolicited advice. Like a Drew Barrymore circa 2000 flower films comeback. I think because like at that point, Drew Barrymore also, like, I didn't realize filming this, she was only 25 because she lived such a crazy life beforehand. But I think she could have like the flower films glow up if Jennifer Lawrence was like, yeah, I'm going to reboot Charlie's Angels and like make it fun. And I'm going to do like Never Been Kissed or, you know, whatever. Like,
yeah,
totally I want to see fun Jennifer Lawrence because I know she's a fun gal.
I did enjoy her when she was fun. Yeah. I mean, I like Jennifer Lawrence. I could totally see that. And she's played roles similar. Like Katniss is kind of,
yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of like a physical role.
But I think it's a shame because even as Katniss, like not personality driven. And like J-Law has a fucking great personality.
Yeah, she could have fun with it. Yeah.
We've never seen her on screen like that. So maybe we gotta watch this rom-com she's in then, Brie.
Okay. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like your picks. Yeah. I think that's a perfect cast. I don't know. I'm struggling to find anyone that I don't know. I feel like I don't even know who else acts these days. Like, I mean, I think of Florence Pugh or like Saoirse Ronan, but I don't see them like doing that kind of choreography. Or just like, I don't know. I don't really.
Saoirse Ronan could probably do it, but
yeah,
she's not like Charlie's Angels to me.
It's not it's just not the vibe.
Elle Fanning could totally do it.
Elle Fanning, you think so?
Yeah. Oh. Looking at these, Anya Taylor-Joy would be fun, but she's not like as funny. Oh, Lily Rose Depp would be kind of fun.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I don't think I've seen Lily Rose Depp act, but I know she has that TV show right now.
Also, Millie Bobby Brown is not going to happen. Or Chloe Moretz.
You mean for this scenario?
No, just like in general.
Just like fetch isn't gonna happen?
Yeah, they're not going to happen. Also, do you know like Shailene Woodley is only 31 years old?
No, my mind she was older, but I know she was like The Secret Life of the American Teenager. So that kind of ages you, I guess, when you have babies and you're like 15 or something. I know that's just like, I know that's her character. I know, but it's like the Jennifer Lawrence effect. In my mind, she's already like had kids and
a whole life. Emma Watson's only 33.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, she does look young.
Brie Larson's only 33. She's had like 10,000 lives. I think that's a crazy thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I really can't think. If anyone has any suggestions, any ideas of their perfect Charlie's Angels cast in today's age, let us know. Because,
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I'd like to say, think about Jennifer Lawrence. Just think about it.
Just think about it.
Thank you.
You know what I found interesting too? This movie, it passes the Bechdel test.
Mm-hmm.
That was
the Bechdel test.
Bechdel test. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's maybe part of why it works.
What do you mean?
I guess the whole feminist debate of it all. I think like it's not. I don't think it's like an anti-feminist movie necessarily. I do think it's a little male-gazey, but I feel like it's somewhere in between. It can be enjoyed though. Like, I don't know.
I agree.
I just want to enjoy it and not feel guilty about it.
Well, also, I say don't feel guilty about it because this is a fun movie. Who is playing? Like, this is a movie that is a very self-aware, like tongue-in-cheek romp, and it's a take on the 70s TV show.
Yeah,
that is very male-gazey, and it's playing with that.
Yeah,
so it's having fun with its source material,
right?
And making it really fun, and it's hypersexual, and it's directed like a music video. It has a charming cast with some kick-ass wire foo.
Mm-hmm.
It introduced us to Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, this movie's done a lot.
We got to see Crispin Glover play the Thin Man. The Thin Man who screams.
Yeah, he says literally nothing except that one scream.
An iconic scream. The scream painting, The Thin Man. So I say don't feel guilty. Also, like, if something is feminist, because the Charlie's Angels 2019,
yeah,
Elizabeth Banks remake, not a good movie, feminist,
kind of like Tomb Raider. No,
or like I think Tomb Raider. I think they wanted to be Charlie's Angels, which is like that's kind of where you get into a gray area. Charlie's Angels is pretty good.
You know what's interesting though? Angelina Jolie was offered a role in this movie
as Alex.
Yeah, but she turned it down. I mean, I'm glad we got Lucy Liu though. I love Lucy Liu. It's just interesting because I think she said she didn't want to do like this kind of like action kind of thing, but then she does Tomb Raider, and so I don't know.
How could you pass up Tomb Raider justice for Angie?
Yeah,
like how do you pass that up?
True, but I'm like, who would pass up Charlie's Angels? I'd give anything to be an angel.
Same. Well, I know what we're doing after this. But thank you so much for listening. Give us a rating, a review on iTunes. It would help us out. To cap off Pride Month, here's some words of wisdom from Kate Blanchett.
You know, you have such a gaze, a signature. The crew is cracking up here.
I have a whole lot of gaze.
The signature Disney villain gaze. I want to know, How do you do that Disney villain gaze? Teach us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Disney villain gays, as in the gay Disney villains. Sorry, this is an accent dysfunction. Oh, you mean the gays, not the gays.